I had the opportunity, Mr McAteer, of reading the references before I came on the bench. Mr Polson, I've listened very carefully to all that's been said on your behalf in mitigation. I've also considered the references which were provided. They are numerous and they are varied. I've also considered the information articulated within the Social Inquiry Report. I note from its terms you remain in complete denial of the offences of which you were convicted. You are perfectly entitled to adopt that view. However, certain of your comments to the social worker are a deviation from the evidence you gave in court and fly in the face of the evidence which overwhelmingly, in my view, pointed to your guilt. In imposing a sentence in this matter, I take into account the crimes for which you have been convicted by the jury and the lasting and considerable consequences upon your victim as evidenced in her victim impact statement. The evidence in the trial revealed the fraud you perpetrated upon her was calculated and occurred over a prolonged period of time. It coincided with her receiving her financial settlement from her divorce. It involved you ingratiating yourself into her life by establishing a close relationship with her and then perpetrating a number of lies which deceived her, allowing you to defraud her of a sum in the region of £188,000. What was clear from the evidence is that she trusted you implicitly, that she believed you were both in a close and loving relationship, that she was under your spell, that she believed you would look after her. She considered she was dealing with someone honest, reliable and worthy of her confidence. Her hopes in this regard were cruelly exposed. From the evidence, it is clear to me you devised a dishonest scheme to ransack not only her emotions, but her finances for your personal gain. The consequences for your victim have been catastrophic. Your victim is a woman of mature years. She describes herself as being left emotionally devastated, confused, anxious and isolated as a result of your behaviour. She is left in a perilous financial situation with little prospect of recovery. The consequences have impacted upon her family relationships and friendships of some years. These are factors I must take into account when considering sentence here. I am quite satisfied the only option available to me is to impose a custodial sentence to reflect the nature and extent of your criminality, the consequences to your victim, and to make it clear to those who may be engaging in behaviour of this kind or contemplating the same that in the event they are caught and convicted, they will be dealt with severely. Insofar as Charge 2 is concerned, this is another example of your dishonest behaviour, which you perpetrated with little remorse. You exploited the trust bestowed upon you by a community Christian organisation through accessing and manipulating their finances to fund your own personal lifestyle, including your gambling activities. Your explanation that you considered the organisation could claim back VAT on your household and lifestyle expenditure bordered on the ludicrous and was seen through by the jury for what it was, namely a fraud, with their conviction on this charge. The consequences of your misbehaviour in Charge 2 led to the demise of the organisation. Insofar as Charge 1 is concerned, the sentence is one of 2 years' imprisonment to run from today, 3 months of which I attribute to the domestic aggravation. Insofar as Charge 2 is concerned, given I would not have sent you to prison for this matter alone, the sentence here is one of 12 months' imprisonment, which shall run concurrently with the sentence imposed in relation to the first charge. Further, I shall discount the sentence of 2 years to reflect the credit you are entitled to for the joint minute entered into on your behalf, which saved considerable time and expense in relation to the trial. The sentence therefore imposed is one of 22 months' imprisonment to run from today. I consider that it is appropriate that a non-harassment order is granted, preventing you from contacting or attempt to contact your victim, Mrs Kelly, and that shall last for a period of 3 years. I consider also it is appropriate that you be disqualified as a director in terms of the Directors Disqualification Act, and that shall be for a period of 5 years from today's date. And in accordance with the suggestion advanced by the Crown and agreed to by Mr McAteer, I will fix a hearing. I will continue this proceeds of crime hearing for a period of 16 weeks and order the Crown to lodge a statement of affairs within the next 12 weeks. No, 22 months imprisonment. I think it's just ordained to appear in respect of that matter. Thank you for your help, Mr McIntyre, and you, Mr Fiscal. See you later.